Good morning. It's an early one. It's a 4 o'clock start, and there are sometimes I question my sanity. I crawled out from under a nice warm duvet, goes outside to find that it's snowing. So today's video started off in the snow. But I've driven down here being the car park that we use to get to Hackley Bay. I'm going to be meeting Gordon here soon. He'll be here in about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm a bit early, so I just thought I'd chat to you first. I think it's going to be a cold one. According to the car, it's about 2 degrees. So I think it's going to be a cold one. It's quite a long walk. You've seen on the last video, it takes about an hour to walk down the track and get to the beach and get set up. We should get there just about low water and get a couple of rods out, see how we get on. It is getting lighter in the mornings. It isn't now, but it is getting lighter in the mornings. By about 6:30 we should have some daylight and we should be able to see what's going on. So I'm going to wait for Gordon and I'll speak to you again when I get back on the beach. Well, that's the first one cast out. I've got my stuff at the top of the beach here, so keeping it all dry. Tide will come in quite quick today, so I'm going to get the second rod set up, and I'll also get the microphone set up on the camera, so you'll get a bit better audio. But I'm just getting sorted quickly, get some baits in the water before I start messing around. Now, earlier in this video, earlier this morning, I was saying I'm a mad getting out and it's snowing at 4 o'clock in the morning coming fishing. But look, this is why we do it. This is why I do it. Look at that. Gordon down there. Bit of sun coming through. We are going to get some rain, so I've got my jacket on. But just look at that for a beach. Let me spin you around so you can see what's going on. Fantastic. Yep, you've been here before. This is Hackley Bay, so you can see it in the daytime now. The tide's going to come in quite quick, so we've got all the kit at the top here. Brilliant. 2 rods in the water, standard rigs, standard rods, standard reels, all my usual sort of stuff. So let's see if we can catch something. I'll take you down there. We're going to have a look. This rod on my left here is giving it a couple of rattles, but I'm not sure. We've got quite a bit of surf coming in, but I'm not sure if it's the surf and the waves on it. So we're going to keep our eye on that one. You seem to get more of a rattle when you've got the fish on it. If you get that slow motion like that, I'm not sure if that's the fish or not. I'm thinking it might be the waves, to be honest with you. Now officially it might be spring, but the weather's not spring-like up here just yet. It's very, very changeable. Yeah, one day you'll get some nice warm still weather, and then the next day it's like sleet and snow. And northerlies. This northerly has really brought a chill wind in. It's very, very cold. It's a cold snap. You've got to be out on a day like this. That said, my feet are freezing. I think my hands will go quite cold in a while. I'm going to get my hand warmers in my pockets in a bit. It's just the breeze on your hands and watching the rods not looking at you. Just don't want to miss a bite. On the last video at Sunnyside, you didn't want to miss a bite at all. It took some getting the fish there. I honestly think I was quite lucky to get that little brill. And it is a brill. It's so smooth on the back. So that's a first. Let's see what we can get today. I'm still after a much bigger turbot, to be honest with you. There must be some here. You're going to hear noise of helicopters going over. And last time we fished Hackley Bay, somebody that works on the rigs and watches the channels was saying that he saw us down here on the beach. It's mad to think that somebody that views the channel is just going past up there. Let's hope they're coming back and not going out to work, and then they can get off doing some fishing. I'm going to show you these rollers. Every now and again you'll see a serious wave coming there. What's not to like on a day like this? Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Brilliant. Time to move things back again. This 4 ounce I think has moved. I don't think it's exactly where I cast it. I think this one might be a slightly bigger lead, so we'll just see what's going on here. I do hope they haven't got tangled together. That's the last thing you want, isn't it? I think we've fetched this one in. It was the first rod that I put out, so let's see what we've got on it, if anything. See if the bait's still there, eh? Now I cast this one out a fair way. The lead's really got stuck. I hope we're not snagged. It feels like there's a massive ball of seaweed or something on this. I honestly don't think there's a fish on it. I don't know what's going on at all. Just as well we're fetching it in. The gripper lead should have broken out by now. I have no idea what's happening. You know, if you can see the bend in the rod here. I got a feeling we got a slack line from... I think we got the other line. Yeah, that explains it. The other line's coming in with it. I think one of them's moved. Rawr. I hope this isn't too much of a mess. Got my other line.
Oh, you just got stuck. Oh, you caught right there.
Let's keep this one tight. Well, there's a right mess there, isn't there?
No, you got it. Just doing
Well, that was a joy. Got the lines crossed, so both tracers were wrapped around each other. I was a bit worried because I'm on braid with one of the reels. I put the braid reel on because I thought I might put the camera out, but looking at the surf, I don't think I will. Otherwise, I'd be fishing with mono, and that's a lot easier to untangle. But we got away with it. With a bit of help from Gordon, kept the lines tight and got ourselves untangled. They're back out again. I've put one short over here and the other one's long in this direction. Hopefully they don't get tangled again. We don't want any more of that. Right, everything's out. Let's see what we can do. 12 hooks in the water, all baited up, usual rigs. I'm just going to tighten one of these lines up. There's a lot of tow in the water. It's heading south as the tide comes in, I think. But the lines look far enough apart. Fingers crossed we're going to be okay. Just got to keep moving back with the tide. Got the hand warmers in my pockets. It's not that warm. It's a good job all the kit's up the other end of the beach because it's nice to walk up and go and get something. You think of excuses to go and walk up the beach. Even if you're not catching much, it's a beautiful day. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad I'm out. So glad I came out. I did question my sanity when I was taking snow off the car windscreen this morning at 4 o'clock. But I am glad I came out. Beautiful. I want to fish though. Definitely want to fish. Where are those fish? What are they doing? I think they might be hunkered down a bit because it's quite rough. And as we've seen on the underwater footage, when it's really rough, the little flukes are trying to swim and catch the bait, but they can't quite grab it. And if they do grab it, then all of a sudden the wave goes and they go one way and the bait gets snatched in a different way. So I think if we could cast beyond the surf, it might be good. So I've got one rod in close, as I said, and the other one's a fair way out. I just keep pointing the camera around in that direction because it really is beautiful. Stunning. Just fetched one rod in, not been touched at all, so I'm going to fetch this other one in, rebait, get them back out again. Now, I don't know if the microphones will pick this up, but there's a little bird somewhere up there just making such a beautiful call. Is it a skylark? I don't know. I've got the grip set really tight to try to keep it stuck in the water. Last time when you saw me doing this, I'd got my own lead, but that one's over there, so that's not the case this time. Here's my cameraman. Right, it's that one there, I think. Oh, it's really bright looking into the sun. Have we got something? Get on! Yes! Whoa, me cloth. What is it, turbot? Yeah? Yeah, got little lumps on its back. Nice and round as well, isn't it? Now then, need to get the tool to extract the hook. Beautiful! Yes! There you go, little turbot. Nicely unhooked. That one's going back okay. Perfect, got its breath back and off it went. Brilliant. How nice is that to be off the blank? So I'm not sure, but I think we had a rattle or two on this rod. I don't think it was the waves. Well, you're not to believe that. The tiniest of flounders. It's very dark underneath that one. Just hooked through the mouth. I challenge anybody to catch a smaller flounder. I'm going to put it back. I just cast that rod out and I thought, I'm sure there's something rattling. Isn't that incredible that such a small fish can sort of make the rattle? Right, let's get this back out. So I've just seen Gordon winding in over there. So you need to go and look at Gordon's channel. You know the drill. Go and have a look at Fish and Things. He's got something. Good man. I do like it when we're both catching. So I've got a turbot and a very small flounder. The baits are out. Let's hope this is a good sign. Let's hope we're about halfway through the tide. I did think low water and just after would be the time that fish would start biting, and we've had a bit of a quiet period. But let's hope that's changed and we're on to the fish now. Oh, I so want to get a big turbot. I'm not disappointed with that little one. Absolutely wonderful. But always nice to get a big one, and that's the target. So here's something. Do you think the bigger fish are further out at this time of year, sort of the winter? We're getting turbot and brill and stuff, but they all tend to be quite small, and I just wondered if later on in the year the bigger fish come in. I've no idea. No idea at all. Let's nip back for a coffee break. My cloth drops off my belt as well. That's ended up in the sea, so I grabbed it, but that's now wet for drying my hands. Brilliant. I really do need some of these gripper weights with 6 spikes on. I'm struggling to hold bottom here. I've already had one tangle. That doesn't make me a happy bunny. Especially as one rod's got braid on it. Ooh, managed to get it all undone. Definitely wave action on that, I think. Definitely wave action. Gonna have to move everything back again. This one, I'm pretty sure is the wave action. But the other rod is, the lead is moving around. So I'm gonna move this one out the way, cast it on the opposite side. I think it's too close to the other one. Now, I'm not sure about this one, but it definitely feels like there's been a few nods on it. So I cast this one out quite a way. It could well just be the surf out there, you never know. No, nothing. Bit of bait gone off one of the hooks. Clean hook there, like so. Let's get it baited up. Let's get it back out.
The worms, what can I do, you know?
I didn't just put them on. I've not had anything on them.
I just put one on and all.
Yeah. There's some little sand eels there if you want to try those.
I did see the... Take me up here. Three something.
Well, I don't know how good they're going to be because they've been refrozen about 3 times now. It's incredible, isn't it, that the lead moves, but when you come to wind it in, it feels like it's absolutely locked in at the bottom there. Just picked up, hasn't it? No, everything on there. Well, that was a bit of a nuisance. I was away down the beach filming Gordon and I look around and my tripod went over. More reels to clean. I think we more or less got away with it. I think just a rinse off, but the waves were coming in fairly close to the reels, so I don't know why it went over. Oh yes, I do. There's a seal. I'll bet that pulled my line. I know seals have got to exist and everything, but come on. So have anglers. Oh well. At least it's not hooked up. I'm not sure how far offshore you can see, but there's a sort of rig support boat or some kind of boat to do with the windmills. It looks pretty wet over there, so I hope it stays there and not comes over this way. I could do without getting everything wet like we did at Gardenstown. Yeah. Okay, well. Bring you back when there's a bit more action other than seals pulling the rod over, which I didn't catch on camera. If I'm looking a bit wet, it's because a hailstorm just came through. So I put the camera away in the box. As you can see, slightly wet. And now the sun's out again. So that's okay. Hopefully that's it for the day and it dries up. Famous last words, but wishful thinking. So I just saw a nod on this rod and I held it in my hand for a bit and I felt a little pull back. We might have something, but I put the rod back in the rest and went to get the camera. So perhaps it's got off. I don't know, but I definitely felt something pull back there. I was right. Small flounder. Let me get it unhooked and I'll show you. So another small flounder. So we get this one back. Needs a kiss though. So there we go. Flounder. I thought there was something knocking on that rod. I thought I might have lost it going to get the camera for you. You need a new battery as well. So the left-hand rod that just caught the flounder, I've rebaited it. I've put little bits of squid on as well. So it's salted mackerel tipped off with bits of squid now. I've tried black lug, not had any success on that today. I'm going to fetch in this right-hand rod, and it's been out a while. Just see if there's anything on it. Freshen up the bait, put it back out again. So we're winding slow. This is the one that, with it being on the mono, I think tends to drift a little bit. Right, I'm going to leave you there. I'm just going to nip down here and fetch this in. I think I heard the bells going. I'll attend to that in a minute. That's another one where all the baits come back. I'm going to freshen it up, put it back out. You know the drill. Gordon's doing the same down the other end of the beach. Oh yeah, and this rod gave me a rattle. I'll just tighten up on that and see what we can see. Didn't you see that? So much wave movement, it could just be the waves, but we'll keep an eye on that whilst we're baiting this other rod up. And well, you never know, might be another fish on. So I've got fresh bait on. Let's just tip you down a little bit, that's better. Get these sent out. So I've cast quite a way out, and the reason for that, I was trying to get beyond the waves. I thought that maybe it would be less stirred up there for the fish. I honestly, when I think it's like a washing machine, I don't think they can grab the bait. So I've just gone a little bit further out. Normally I'd fish a bit further in, but I think that's the best thing to do today. The fish on the other rod was on a bit further out. There's a shower coming over, a very grey cloud, so I think we're in for a dumping of rain. I'm going to put you in the box here, keep you dry. I'll bring you back out later on because I do think it's just passing. It's just been like that. We've had sleet this afternoon on the beach. The wind picked up, then died off again. The sun's come out, it's gone in, it's come out again. It's rained a bit, so it's just changeable, just changeable. I think we're about an hour before high water. The beach is a bit steeper here. I don't think it's going to come up that much further. I don't think you can come right up here. There's Gordon. You caught any fish, mister? Convenient log, this, isn't it?
That's a lovely log is. Somebody just laid it here just for us.
Just for us.
Right. You've been getting any fish?
A few bits and bobs. A few bits and bobs, huh?
Bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs.
Does that mean I have to watch your video?
Yes.
To see if you're good.
Otherwise, we can edit this next bit out.
I'm not telling you to do with them.
No. I've been keeping my eye on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be buying pearls now.
They will. The Pearly King.
Pearly King, yeah. What?
Ah. Oh. Nothing. They've been out a while as well. Just keeping an eye on the rods here, both of us.
This is a life. Just need a lot here. Listen out for bales.
It's beautiful weather, absolutely beautiful weather. Can't believe that there was snow on the car this morning, honestly. Look at that. You know what I said about blue sky? Look at that grey one coming over. I think it's time to put the camera away again. So we know, spot on 2 hours after high water. It seems to be the...
mid-water kind of thing.
Seems to be a mid-water mark, doesn't it?
I mean, it was like that, and it fished all the way back.
Yeah. And it may well be there's something on here. But it's now 3:30. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I was thinking, oh, I'll pack up and we'll go, But, when the rod tip rattles, you're thinking, let's stay a bit longer. It's the equivalent of one last cast. I am pretty sure there's a fish here somewhere. What size? I don't know, but it has been pulling. Tell me we've got something. Two! Three! Flounder! Look at them.
Yes!
Perfect. Look at all the tubercles on the back of that one.
Aye. You can actually see them, right?
Beautiful. There. This one's just in the mouth here. They're all just in the mouth. That one's a little bit deeper. Right, can't hold them all up, but 2 turbot and the flounder. So look at that lot. Perfect. So there you go. Some super fish. Well worth coming. Let's get them back. Perfect. So the first one to go back, little flounder. Off he goes. Second turbot. Look at that. Totally hiding. Gone. And the final one. Very, very pleased with that. Very pleased.
There's a space for you.
There is a space for me. Wow.
Oh,
well,
I would say.
So I set off in snow, and I must admit I was thinking I'm not sure about this because of all that northwesterly wind.
Right.
But we've got here, and I've had one of the best days I've had for ages. It's been brilliant.
It's been brilliant.
Not brilliant. Turbid.
Turbulent.
Yeah, turbulent time. Yeah, it's been super. Caught 3 turbot, 3 flounder, and you've caught some great fish as well. But
no.
Fishing things. Gotta watch that.
Oh, special fish.
Yeah. So an absolutely fantastic time. You can tell by the smiles, can't you?
Oh,
we really have had a great day. It's been so good.
And a hill beach to ourselves. It's a lovely beach.
Just to ourselves.
It's like a hidden treasure.
Well, there's that little wren in the bushes at the back, and I can hear it now.
I hear it in you, yeah.
A little bird just twittering away there, and it's just absolutely lovely. The sun is just going down. We're just losing the sun. You can see it just going off the hill behind us.
Yep.
What a day. What a day.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for coming along and sharing this one with us. Tight lines from me.
And take care of and I'll catch you safe there for me.
See you later. Bye. There you go, little turbot. Nicely unhooked, that one's going back okay. I challenge anybody to catch a smaller flounder. Another small flounder. 2, 3. Just keeping an eye on the rods here.